Greetings and skeletations, my new ghoul friends. I'm Niomi Dylan Sass, resident podcaster here at UIC Radio, and I'm taking you along with me to visit something grave today. This is where hauntings feel like hellos. Welcome to season 3 of a podcast for everything in the horror genre, from movies to mythologies and mysteries. This is Summer in the Crypt. Along with us on this week's frightful journey, a sinister, spectral specter of horror movies stopped by the Crypt for the very first time, Sydney Horsman. We have to review the horror movie that is on everyone's lips, Obsession. This original movie was written and directed by 26-year-old Curie Barker. With a budget of a little under $1 million to make this film, it has already made almost $100 million. Shot as a small indie horror film production, they never expected audience to appreciate it this much. With outstanding actors starring in it like Michael Johnston, Indy Navarrete, Cooper Tomlinson, and Megan Lawless. They made this film exciting from start to finish. There will be a trigger warning at the beginning of each of my episodes, just in case today's dark discussion isn't your preferred potion. We touch on the topics of the death of humans and animals, heavy suicide references, manipulation, control, toxic relationships, and the use of drugs. Ghoul, I get it if you can't listen to that right now. Just leave us a like on your way out and be sure to tune in next week for a different dark discussion. After this quick break, I'll be back with Sydney, and together we'll do some grave digging into everyone's new favorite scary movie. In this movie, we will see how your biggest wish can actually turn into the scariest nightmare you won't be able to wake up from. We'll see if a simp of a man can bag a baddie with the help of the One Wish Willow. I'll be rolling in my grave with excitement while you listen to this quick message from Beyond. All right, my familiar just came back from the underworld and gave word that I was granted permission to go ahead and cast this spell right away. This is She's Summoning. Everyone, welcome to the studio, Sydney.
Hey, y'all. I didn't know if you were going to talk more or if I should just get going.
Get going. How was Purgatory?
It was lovely, and Hades was just as sexy as I imagined him to be, so...
Yeah, last time I saw him, he burned me a little bit, but I kind of liked it. Just a little.
Right, like just a tiny bit to keep things interesting, you know what I mean?
Right, so to get people familiar with you a little bit, can you tell them what is your major and how did you choose it?
I am currently majoring in acting at UIC,
whoop, whoop.
And I just finished my 3rd year.
Oh, seniors, thank God.
I know, thank God.
Put the senior in senior citizen.
Literally.
And do you have any plans this summer besides working? Anything fun to do?
I'll be going home a couple of times
That's
to
good.
my hometown in Minnesota, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, that's good. You already got to see your dog, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank God. My son.
Your son. So, what draws you to the genre of horror?
I love horror personally because I literally love being scared. Like, for some reason, that's like my favorite thing is like the adrenaline of it and like watching it in a movie theater full of people and like everybody going on that journey together and seeing everybody's reactions. It's everything. Like when we saw this movie, we were seeing it for the second time, and there were parts that I just watched everybody else in the crowd because I wanted to see what would happen.
Yeah, it was fun. They were jumping. Getting scared is something like I like too. Like when I went to a haunted house one time, I didn't know I could be that scared, but I went by myself, which was like my own problem, I guess.
Oh my God,
but
I feel like that would be.
Yeah, it was even more scarier. So I kind of felt like a final girl in a scary movie. So that's like the whole story I put in my head. As soon as I walked in there, I was like, all right, I need to escape this place because
You're Sydney Prescott.
Right.
You are. Holy shit.
But the way I was so scared, like literally my scalp was like inflamed from it being so tense and like on 10. One of the scare actors like broke character. They looked at me. They were like, "Slow down, breathe," and I was like, "I'm gonna get out of here."
They stopped improvising for you. That's kind of beautiful.
It was fun though. I was enjoying it. It was because I was in character. I was having fun.
Wow. That's amazing.
Right. What are you most excited to talk about today?
I am excited to talk about, first of all, the acting performances in this film. Like, as somebody who's studying acting, it's so cool to watch. And I would love to, like, be in some type of, like, scary, play, movie someday. That would be so cool.
I have a scary audio drama coming out.
Hey, cast me. But I also am excited to talk about, like, the role of, like, men and their role in society and how that connects to this film. That was something that we were talking about a lot when we got out of the movie, so I'm sure it'll come up.
Right, definitely. Yeah, I think that men are rotted, disgusted, and horrible people.
Bro,
and I'm ashamed that I'm attracted to some of them. So that's on me, guys. I'm so sorry.
Yes, our apologies, you guys.
Is there anything that you saw about this movie, like kind of before watching it, that really excited you about it?
I didn't really know what it was about, but I did see that, like, I only follow a few people, like a few of my friends on Letterboxd, and they were all giving it like 4.5 or 5 stars. So I was like, okay, I need to go see this movie.
Right.
Because like most of the time when horror films come out, like the really good ones, I'll already want to see them. But that made me especially want to see this one because, yeah, I just knew it would be good. Like if my roommate Kaylin, she watches movies constantly, and if she is giving it 4.5 stars, then I know. I gotta
you said then I gotta trust her sources. Yeah.
Exactly,
so the director, Curie Barker, and then Cooper Tomlinson, one of the actors, he's the one that played Ian. They're like these two duo dudes who were like going to school for directing and movie making and stuff, and they ended up dropping out so they can pursue like a YouTube page together, and they ended up doing a bunch of like short horror films with the YouTube stuff.
Yes, The Chair.
Yeah, and they have like 2 like really popular thingies on YouTube, so that what kind of like funded them to get this movie. And then so with this movie, they only had like almost $800,000 worth of budget to create this movie because they thought it was just going to be some small like indie film.
Right.
And it's already, as of today, May 27th, 2026, is already like capped at $84 million that it made back in revenue.
Yeah, so I read something about how it was the first, something about how it made more in its second weekend rather than its first, which is like a big deal for a horror movie, I think.
Right, because
or maybe just a big deal for movies in general. That especially
I think movies
ones
in general,
with that small of a budget. Because it just really proves how good it was that like people went and saw it, and then they were telling their friends and their family and posting
we
about
saw
it
twice.
online. Exactly, like we saw it twice, and it was equally as good every time.
I will say before we get into this, so I have an episode called it was my season finale of the last episode to kind of like bring up the summer season. So I did like basically the whole episode was like a slasher smash of all of the summer horror movie trailers, and I watched this trailer, and when I was watching the trailer, like it did scare me and it did look really good, but I did give it a slash at the end of it because I was like, the only thing that I wish this movie kind of had, the only thing that I'm kind of like whatever and like was bored about was just that it's like a hetero couple.
Right. Yeah. Oh my God, we were talking about that.
Right. But now seeing the movie, I totally like revoke my slash. Just going on the record.
It would have been cool to see it with like lesbians though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like lesbians in it would have been so for real. They wouldn't even have need to have had the One Wish Willow. Like they just would have been.
I feel like lesbians are the best addition to any movie, you know?
Honestly. Yeah, so we will get into this next segment. Are you ready?
I'm so ready. Let's get started.
All right. This is Dark Discussions.
Wait, can I do ASMR? I really wanted to do ASMR. Let's get started.
Period. Okay, this movie begins with Bear confessing his feelings for his longtime friend, on a waitress at the diner. Once he finished, his friend Ian called him cringe. He gave the advice to be a little mean to her and call her her old name, Freaky Nikki.
Freaky Nikki.
Bear decided their annual trivia night will be the day that he spills the tea to Nikki. But as soon as he gets home, he finds his cat dead. The cat ended up getting into the pills and looked like it had overdosed. As he is grieving his cat, he's scrolling through Nikki's Instagram when he gets a call from her. Nikki's trying to convince Bear to come to trivia night because she has a confession to tell him and their friends. She put in her 2-week notice at the job they all work at. When she reveals this, Bear changes his mind and decides to go out, and he hears her accidentally drop her crystal necklace down the drain. So he decided he should try to get her a gift and found himself at a crystal store. Realizing Nikki would think all of those crystals in there were dumb, he saw a one-wish willow and bought that instead. The store clerk warns him not to come back complaining.
She was iconic, by the way. That store clerk. She was both of the people that worked at the store. The other guy, too, at the end of the movie. Bro, he was so funny.
They have a good hiring process there.
Yes.
So, Bear... Oh, God.
Also, wait, speaking of that part while you're finding your place, I thought that it was weird. Are we discussing yet, or are we just going over? I thought it was weird that Bear found the crystal necklaces and said, no, Nikki wouldn't like that, when, like... she said that she had one and she dropped it down the drain. Like, it just feels like there's something in that he just assumed she wouldn't like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or was she talking about a different kind of crystal necklace? I don't even know.
Well, I think too, like, because in the beginning, he was trying to tell Ian, like, oh, should I get her a gift? And Ian was like, she's not that kind of girl. Like, she would think all that's stupid.
Oh, so maybe it's Ian getting in his head a little
Ian
bit.
getting in his head,
I
yeah.
see.
Yeah, Ian is not this dude's friend.
Yeah, bro. I can't believe that he that he never says anything about well, we'll wait until we get to that part. Never mind.
No worries. So, once Bear gets to trivia night, he gets alone with Nikki at the bar, and each time he tries to tell her how he felt, he gets blocked. Ian and Nikki end up leaving the bar, and Bear tells Sarah about his cat. Once the friends are trying to leave the bar to go bar hop, Nikki doesn't want to go, so Bear offers her a ride home. Nikki tells him that she wants to quit her job so she can focus on writing, then switches the subject to ask Bear if he has any feelings for Sarah. As he is fumbling the conversation, he takes his dumbass friend's advice and calls her Freaky Nikki.
Ugh.
Then she catches quickly, becoming blunt with Bear and asking him straightforwardly if he likes her because now was the time to say something. And Bear said, no.
He just kept not saying it, bro. Like, when they were at the bar, I understood because he kept getting interrupted.
Right.
And, like, that was so real. How frustrated he got. It was so funny. But then, like, that time I was like, come on, bro. Like, what are we waiting for?
Literally, like she's right there.
Could have avoided the whole movie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I guess then there had been no movie.
Right. I guess that's true.
She storms off inside, and he suddenly crashes out on himself for not taking his shot. Then he remembers the gift that he got her and decides to use it on himself. He opened up the one-wish willow and wished for Nikki to love him more than anything in the world. Immediately after, Nikki is standing back outside, creepily, might I add. She starts empathizing hard with his cat and invites him to come inside. Realizing her plan might not work, she switches her tactic and claims she's the one who needs the comforting because her dad is dying of cancer. After her many brazen efforts to get him to go inside, she convinces him to let her spend the night at his place. She asks him if he could come sleep with her, or else she'd end up staying up the whole night tossing and turning. We all know that spooning leads to forking, and right in the middle of their passions, Nikki snaps back to her old self for a second, but then the wish seems to take over her body, and as she's sleeping, he gets up to Google the effects of the wish, and she tells him to go back to bed. Sydney, let's stop here and talk about a few things. First and foremost, can we talk about the car scene after Bear makes his wish, like when she comes back outside initially?
God. Okay, I literally, like, I guess I should have paid attention the second time we watched it to see if she actually even goes inside, or if she's just still on the porch.
I think she does, because I heard the door.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
she
that's
slammed
what
it. She was mad.
That's what must make it so jarring. Yes, yeah, that's what must make it so jarring about her, that silent cut to her standing there, like kind of the wider shot with the car in it.
And that's like the movie poster.
Yeah, and it was just like so like her silhouette. I thought that was a really cool part. It was the first moment where I was like, oh God,
right.
What's she gonna do?
Literally.
And then I remember when she first, kind of gets snapped into the wish, she says, my cat died.
Right.
And then he's like, what? Your cat? And she's like, oh, I mean, and she's acting like, okay. See, this is what I'm going to get started on the acting. Indy Navarrete, she is so good, bro. Like, honestly, I literally, like, her eyes, you can see, I'm hoping nobody's listening to this that hasn't seen the movie yet.
No, I mean, I hope you guys are. No, I'm just kidding.
But like, you can just see her, like, her eyes throughout the whole movie, like you can see them just snapping back and forth, and you can see her like sometimes like begging for help in her eyes, but you can see that it's trying to not control her. It reminds me of Georgina in Get Out when she unplugs Chris's phone and then it's like no, and it's just so good. Like it's that type of acting that I feel like is just really like masterclass, you know what I mean?
Right. And you want to know what's crazy? From like watching the stuff on like YouTube videos and stuff, they said like obviously she got cast and she like did what she had to do to like get cast, but when they were like practicing and stuff, she was saving all of the creepy stuff like for the camera. She would literally like tell the director like no, like I'm like just watch, just trust me, I got you. And then the director Carrie, he was all like, I mean that was nerve-wracking, but I was like, I guess we'll trust the process or whatever. So a lot of the stuff was them. They said a lot of the stuff was them like honestly reacting to her for the first time. So like that car scene was the dude Bear. He was like half of it was literally, most of it probably was him genuinely reacting to her being like this creepy Nikki for the first time.
Yeah.
And then there was even one part where they said, I saw them in an interview, they said that she like messed up her blocking when she ran to the car. She like ran to the left and she was like, wait, I'm supposed to go to the right. And then she's like, wait, no, I go back to the left. And then he starts laughing at her like, what are you doing? And that wasn't scripted, but it made it into the movie.
It was just so genuinely authentic. Like that's why I love that they kept it in. That's what because there's a scene at the very end that it was the only take that she did, and that's what ended up being in the movie, which we'll obviously get to. But it's just so like that's the type of filmmaking that I feel like all actors yearn for, like just wanting to work with a director who like wants to work with you and not just tell you what to do. You know what I mean? Like this is just like
I love a director.
Right, and like I could tell that the cast like was super comfortable and close with each other because of like you could just tell that it was genuine.
Literally,
you know
tell me what you want. Like I'm so down. Don't give me the runaround and make me fucking search for it in the stars.
Exactly.
Like fucking tell me what you want. Jesus Christ.
It was so good.
So what part was the creepiest to you so far?
I think. Oh, yeah. Okay. There's a part where she is leaning her head on the dashboard.
Oh, yeah.
And she's talking about how she doesn't want to be alone right now because her dad's dying. And she starts crying, but her shoulders aren't shaking at all. Like her body is not moving one bit. And that was something that I didn't really catch on to the first time. But the second time I watched it, I was like, wow, like that. And that like kind of reminds me of like the sex part when they're like when like she has like no emotion on her face. So that part I think
with everybody. If you've had sex with me, I'm so sorry. No, I'm just kidding.
But I think that was the scariest part for me for sure in that scene.
In that scene, honestly, I would agree.
Yeah. It was so freaky, Nikki.
Right. What could Bear have wished for instead of full control over another human?
I know. I think like I kind of understand the idea of Bear thinking that it was, kind of stupid and just kind of saying it and breaking it, whatever. But like the fact that he chose to kind of control her and like not let her make her
like he's doubling down.
I think that he instead of wishing for her to love him should have wished for like the confidence to tell her how he felt. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that would have been. Because then, like, at the end of the day, if she loves you, then that that love is true. Right. And if she doesn't, then you know that, like, you did it. And that's what he was struggling with the entire scene, which was pissing me off. I was like, my God, just get to it.
Effing say it.
Just effing say it. So that's what I think he should have wished for, personally.
Have you ever tried to manipulate a crush before?
I was reading this in the notes, and I was trying to think I don't really
My answer
think
is yes.
so. I think I'm sure in middle school I was like, texting boys for help with homework and stuff, but like nothing crazy. Nothing like, I'm not a one wish willow type of girl.
Well versed in getting the menses to do what I need is. Again, if you've been with me, I'm so sorry.
Okay, we need to talk about that after this.
All right, so it's the next day, and they both go to work together. Bear goes to tell Ian what happened, excluding the part about him wishing for complete control over Nikki, as he's telling his buddy the tea.
Huh, fancy that.
Right.
Fancy that. How he would just leave that little detail out.
We see Nikki staring hardcore at them the whole time in the background. Ian suggests that she could have been on drugs and said he would talk to her. After work, Nikki grabs her stuff from Bear's car and leaves with Ian. Bear gets...
in that part, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But that part when she is getting in the car and then he's like, I can't drive you home. And then she's immediately like, I know, I was just like getting my stuff. It felt like that, I don't know, that kind of felt like
it was a manipulation tactic.
Yeah, like it felt like almost like...
It was a manipulation tactic. That's the part of the girl. I'm telling you, I'm well versed in this, y'all.
Okay,
that's the part when you're like, okay, I know
playing
now.
Hard to get
now you have to play hard to get. You're gonna be like, especially if you already have the assumption that I'm gonna do something with you. You immediately are like, you're dumb. No, I'm not. You think I care about you? Okay, and then that makes them yearn.
Exactly. And I also kind of think like maybe it was, it kind of feels like the freaky Nikki part of her is kind of weak in the beginning. So maybe she started to get in the car like out of, freaky Nikki's instinct of like, okay, I need to be with Bear. But then she kind of snapped out of it and was like, what am I doing in this car? And she was like, oh, I'm just grabbing my stuff.
Right.
Like that could be like a different way to interpret
like when she
that.
walked into work, she seemed normal. Like when she was talking to the dude, like as soon as they kind of like broke apart as she was talking to the boss,
Andy Richter, by the way, King. I know most people know him from Dancing with the Stars, but I love him in Elf. Have you seen Elf with Will Ferrell?
Was he the dad?
No, he is one of the guys that works at the firm. The guys that come in. Picture this. The two guys that do like the exact same thing the whole time. He's one of those two. I think there's a couple of pairs of guys in that movie, but he's hilarious, and I loved his little cameo.
Right, a little manager guy. All right, so Bear gets home and gets a call from Ian saying that Nikki told him she was staring at both of them and it didn't mean anything. As Bear is on the phone, we see Nikki outside of his door and she knocks. He opens up the door and she's standing there in a pretty dress and apologizes for her actions last night because she was on MDMA.
That's kind of interesting because
she totes was not.
And because like it kind of feels like Ian is trying to manipulate that situation because later on in the movie you find out, wait, should I spoil or no? It kind of feels like he was trying to, subconsciously signal to Bear like, don't do this. I mean, that's kind of what he's been telling her this whole time. He's saying Nikki wouldn't like that shit.
Yeah.
And at the beginning when he's pouring his heart out to her and he's like, stop, like that made me,
Right.
And then when he's saying like Nikki wouldn't like that type of necklace, like it just feels like, I don't know, there's something interesting in that. And like the way that Sarah is weaved into the beginning of the movie too. Like I think that's super interesting. Like the two friends, they play more of a big role than you would expect, I think.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, no role is small.
Exactly. And like the backgrounds of the characters were really like well thought out and interwoven, and I really liked it.
So afterward, she revealed that she knows he likes her and she likes him back. And it started during Christmas time, she says. She asks again if he had feelings for her, and this time he said yes. Then it cuts to a massive dating montage of the two becoming inseparable. The montage ends in a longer date scene, and Bear keeps getting calls from Ian. He finally picks up his friend's call, and he tells him that Nikki has been lying. She not only doesn't give a damn about her dad, but he never had or has cancer. Ian tells him that Nikki had a conversation with Sarah where Nikki told her that she thinks of Bear as a little brother and friend-zoned him. Nikki is low-key creeping and eavesdropping the whole entire time. With this new information, it is confirmed in Bear's head that this love was the doing of the One-Wish Willow. When Bear gets back to the table, he asks about her dad and why she lied, and then she has her first iconic crash out of the movie.
Yes.
In the middle of the restaurant where everyone's watching. So after calming her down, he makes the realization of, F it, this is what I wished for, hey, and told her that it doesn't matter to him. Then instantly pans to them having sex with her, where it sounds like she likes it, but you can see the old Nikki in there being assaulted, basically. They go to sleep in the middle of the night, and he wakes up, and Nikki is gone. As he looks around the room, he finally spots her in the corner of the room, hidden in the darkness, watching him. So, let's take a break here. What about the date scene stuck out to you?
Okay. Lots to unpack here. Something that I didn't notice the first time, and I'm not even gonna lie and say I noticed it the second time. I saw it on like TikTok or something, but she already has like a little bee necklace on in the date scene, and they hadn't been dating for that long. Like, to me, that whole like period of time was probably like 2 weeks.
I was gonna say maybe even a week.
Yeah, like really not that long, but like it feels like, you know, I feel like when you first start dating someone, you're seeing them all the time, and like there's a lot of time spent together.
Right.
And like I was so mad because they looked so cute. Like, oh my God, I just hate it when two attractive people like, and they're good actors. Like, I was just like, damn it, why couldn't they?
I heard that Michael Johnston was gay. That's what like
is he really?
A whole article like was writing about. Unless they was clickbait.
Bear is so hot, but he's but like if he had none of his so I guess his actor, I should say.
Yeah, Michael Johnson.
Which that brings up a whole separate conversation that people were saying he looked like a certain someone named Charlie Kirk.
That's
and
crazy.
I said, no, he does not.
That's
crazy. Just his hair. But anyways, yeah, the date scene, she like when she goes, no, she like she's just iconic for that. And I think like when he gets the call from Ian, like that further proves like he knows Nikki way better than Bear does. And I think that Sarah knows Bear way better than, you know, well, I guess Ian is not really in the picture in that one, but
Ian thinks with his penis.
Just so, yeah, and he seems like kind of a, I don't know.
He's not a good dude.
Yeah. But yeah, when she silently walks into frame when he's talking.
I know, in the background.
Yeah, that part was great.
It's like my question is like no one saw her do this. If I was sitting at the next table, I'd be like,
right. Well, like all the other people were looking, and then she sat back down. I would have been
after she yelled,
scared for her, or I would have been like, "Are those two okay?" Like my dinner would have gotten a lot more interesting. I would have been dissecting that with everybody.
Trying to eavesdrop,
that was about?
And
like,
especially after that they like started running.
I thought we were having a nice day.
Yeah.
Okay. The dinner scene, and then
what?
Oh yeah, and then the having sex after.
Yeah.
That part is crazy because it's like so sad and like sadly real for a lot of women. Like I feel like that's kind of the first time that you are not only scared of Nikki, but you also start to feel for her a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the first time I was all like, oh yeah, that's like she's gonzos. Not gonzos, but she's like her, she's not in control of her body gonzos, but she's not gonzos.
Yeah. So that part was, I think, really important. Like I think there's some movies that there's unnecessary sex and assault in it. But
I appreciated seeing his butt too. I love when there's a sex scene and they only show the guy's nudity.
I love that too. Yeah. And I don't really care for men's butts, but like it was nice. And like
he was double kicked up on a Tuesday afternoon for no reason.
He was. And like I mean, yeah, and that scene I feel like was really powerful to like speak to bigger issues about, you know, assault and how women are treated in society. So I thought it was great. I mean, honestly, as sad as it is, I feel like this movie speaks to a much bigger issue.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is another reason why like I revoked my slash, even though like it's a heterosexual couple. It kind of brings focus into like the issues with what heterosexual women have to put up with in order to kind of like be seen. And Nikki is freaky Nikki, we'll call her, is trying to be seen, and that's what she's doing.
Right. That's so real.
So have you ever watched anyone sleep? I'm just kidding. What would you do if you had a partner doing all this in the middle of the night?
Okay, well, that scene, are you gonna discuss it more in detail, or should we do that
That's
now?
what we're doing now.
Okay, because that scene is, oh my God, bro. That scene where she's standing in the corner, first of all, when she's in the corner and there's just like, it shows just the whole room, and she's in the corner, it reminds me
of darkness.
It reminds me of Hereditary when the mom is up in the corner.
Right, I think that was one of their movie references.
Yes, it was, like that, because that really scared me when I saw Hereditary, and that really scared me. And then she goes, let me see if I can do it. Ready? I don't like my dreams. Bro, she was so... And then she starts walking all weird. And that reminded me of Us, Jordan Peele. Like, I don't know. There was so much, like, good stuff that really scares me that she was doing. So I think that's part of the reason why I enjoyed her performance so much, because it really scared me both times I saw it, like equally. That scene especially, she starts moving weird and then she starts crying and it doesn't sound like her at all, and she's in this uncanny valley makeup.
Yeah, I love that makeup.
Her face looks so...
I'm gonna go to the grocery store like that.
Oh my God, dude. It's scaring me to even think about it. Like, that scene really... I don't like my dreams.
I know. I think the part in that scene that was kind of like creepy, but it made me laugh a little bit. She was like crashing out. She was saying like, I feel like you don't love me as much as I do. Like it's not mutual. Bro,
that was so...
It's not mutual.
That is so funny too, because it's like, I love that they were adding humor into those parts.
Right.
Because it worked so well. Like, I was dying laughing.
A lot of people are comparing, what is her name? Nikki with Jennifer from Jennifer's Body and Pearl.
Yeah.
But I was going to say one thing that I wouldn't say that they have in common. Like, Nikki and Jennifer, like, they are technically possessed. Pearl, she's just crazy.
Right, exactly.
She just did all that on her own.
She's just being crazy.
Yeah, she's just a girl.
But I did hear that Pearl was a big inspiration for indie. And I thought that was so cool too, that they got to watch a lot of horror movies and like pick out what they wanted to do and keep. I think that's another benefit of working on a small indie type project, you know?
Right, and it's a small cast too.
Exactly, yeah. So they didn't, yeah.
One thing I forgot I had notes somewhere else too, but one thing I forgot in a different part, when Bear was like looking up like on Reddit basically, like the effects of the One Wish Willow, one of the responses was like, there's people basically back and forth saying like, no, it doesn't work, yes, it does work, no, it doesn't work, but one of them was all like, my mom who has been ugly her entire life is now beautiful. It works.
That was so funny. And then he's like, he's reading it, and what I love about it is that he's soothed by those Reddit posts.
Right.
He's like, oh, okay. And but then she starts talking, doesn't she?
Yeah, that's when that's when he tells her that's the first time she says, come back to bed.
Oh, okay, got you, yeah. Yeah, that part was hilarious and very real.
So,
but I hate, you know what I hate though? This is the dumbest complaint ever. But in movies, when people Google like full sentences with proper capitalization and punctuation.
Right.
Like he typed out like, does the One Wish Willow actually work? Question mark. How to like it was like nobody ever like I would literally type in Adam Levine X.
And then all of it has typos as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like I will look up how to fit toilet broken, how to fix. Like I'm not looking up. Okay. But anyways.
So I think I would probably be the partner doing this in the middle of the night. Just for fun. Not out of like anything toxic, just for fun.
I think I forgot to answer that. If somebody was watching me, they could not, if they were standing out of the bed and watching me sleep, we're done. You are done. You're done. I could understand maybe if you're awake and you're just like kind of looking, standing in the corner like that, right. You are not allowed to speak to me ever again.
Right. There's a moment where like she freaks him out so much and he kind of just like low-key pretends he's back asleep. Like how when when you're younger and you're staying up and you're not supposed to and your parents come in the room and then you like immediately just like pretend like you're asleep.
Yeah, like he's laying there and then his breath is like
Yeah. Alrighty, so at this point in the movie, their relationship just gets weirder and creepier. The next morning, he talks to her about what happened and says she can't do that anymore. She blames it on her She blames on her bad dreams and makes a promise not to do weird stuff anymore. And as Bear is trying to leave for work with his lunch that she packed for him, the entire front door is duct taped closed. When he leaves, Nikki stands in the same spot the whole time with a creepy-ass smile and doesn't move a muscle.
Isn't that when they pan down to her peeing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that part is crazy.
It was very Exorcist.
Yeah.
Because in The Exorcist, like right at the beginning, she peed herself in the beginning of the movie.
Right.
Reagan, yeah.
And I feel like that's like a very common like association with getting scared, like you pee, which I don't think that's ever happened to me, but
Oh, so you think like it was the real Nikki pissing herself from being scared?
I mean, it could have been, but I also think that just like peeing yourself works with horror. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just gross, basically.
But also, yeah, it could be
John Waters loves shit.
It could be like, yeah, I can't imagine what it was like when Nikki was home alone and she was having to like kind of fight with herself, and like I wonder what it would be like to
It was
like
probably all mentally.
Right, and your body's not letting you move
Because
so
she
you just
doesn't have
piss.
control of her body. At work, Sarah is getting rejected from colleges and seeks comfort in Bear. He pulls out the lunch Nikki packed, and there are 2 photos inside. One saying you and the other saying not me. He hides those and starts to eat the sandwich. Then Sarah pulls off the sticky note from the box and it asks, "What's the verdict? Cat?" Sarah, confused by this, starts to repeat it, and then Bear realizes that she cooked his dead cat and fed it to him, then proceeds to barf it up in a trash can.
That is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I also think that was so funny how they're kind of like making fun of how couples like love their inside jokes and like make everything about that. Like how she's saying my little food critic, because they had like one conversation about that. And so she's like, oh my God, that's our thing. Like, what's the verdict? But then there's that sinister side of it of like, it's the cat. Like, I just can't imagine like
she was probably like, coochie? Cat? He ate the kitty?
Right.
No,
like, that's what I would think, you know?
So after work, Ian asks for a ride home, where he kind of confronts him and Nikki's new love for each other. He questions its reality. Ian says if they aren't codependent, then to come to boys' night out, and Bear's like, bet. So once Bear gets back home, he finds Nikki in the same spot he left her, but covered in piss, feces, and throw up. She starts to realize she's filthy and goes to take a shower. As she's in there, he's telling her, 1, she can't cook the cat. 2, he's going for a boys' night out. And then that's when Nikki immediately shuts off the shower and throws a fit so that Bear will change his mind and let her come.
Wow.
Once they are at the party, everyone is playing drink Jenga, and it's Nikki's turn. She does a dramatic reading and emphasis on dramatic. And when she finished turning the vibes in the room to creepy, she chills, saying now she doesn't have to drink anymore. During a seat swap, Bear is sitting next to Sarah now. It's his turn, and his Jenga says to kiss the person next to him, which is not Nikki. She is big mad with a huge frown.
Oh my gosh, she got the Florence Pugh frown.
Literally. Everyone is quietly watching her as she goes and slides Sarah's chair, and she's still sitting on it, away from Bear so he can kiss her. As everyone is watching her like what the fuck just happened, the old Nikki snaps back out of it for a second, saying it's not me, and breaks a bottle over the table and stabs herself in the face. Bear tries to take her to the hospital, but she refuses to go, and they end up back at the house. Okay, so how creepy can she really get? And like, how much worse can you start feeling bad for her, you know?
Right. Like, I feel like it's crazy that Bear isn't freaking the fuck out yet. Like, he's still like, she's acting weird. It's like, we're past that. She's
right, because he's trying to like
herself.
mentally battle himself. Like, no, it's not the wish. She really likes me. No, it's not the wish. She really likes me.
And he keeps allowing himself to believe that, which is so like sad. And yeah, okay. So what did we just go over? Yeah, the shower, and when she abruptly turns off the water, and her frowning, her crash outs, like it was so funny, but then it was also super scary, and that's just another thing that I really liked about that part. Like, it was making me laugh, and it was so like poking fun of like, you know, like when girls do like, I'm a baby, like I'm a baby, I'm a passenger princess, like that's what it reminded me of, you know. And literally the party scene might be my favorite, when she snaps out of it after she kisses Bear and like stumbles backwards, and everybody's so confused. And yeah.
Can we talk about when he came home and found her still standing there? Do you think she stood there all day?
I think she did. I mean, she has to have. Nikki must have been really like fading away at this point, because I did think what I did notice the second time we watched it was like how freaky Nikki like starts off kind of weak, and she's able to kind of fight with Nikki a little bit more, but then she's growing stronger. And I think that this is like the part that you can see like something's possessing her.
Do you think she ate the cat
She ate the cat?
I said, do you think she ate the cat too? Like I think she had to try it out. That's why she threw up and everything.
Definitely. Oh, yeah. And I hate to say
it looked like
but
kitty fur.
Yeah, and it looked very chunky, which I hate to say.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think would have happened if they never even went to the party?
I mean,
another midnight sleep paralysis demon.
Right, exactly. Another
Yeah, this shit is just escalating more and more and more. So we're almost done, y'all. I swear. This shit escalates so quickly right now. After Bear asks her why she did all of that, he asks her if Nikki likes him, and she responds, "I'm your freaky Nikki." He suggests that maybe he go and stay with Ian for the night to get some space, and she's totally fine, but if he does, she would basically kill herself. Of course, he stayed, but in the middle of the night, he gets a text from Sarah asking him to meet him because she has stuff to tell him. As Bear is sneaking out, the real Nikki is talking while freaky Nikki is sleeping. She whispers, "Bear, kill me, please. She's sleeping. It's me. Shh, please don't wake her up. Just kill me." And he asks, "What's so bad about being with me?"
Oh my God.
And she replies, "I've never been with you, Bear. Kill me, please." And he ends up ignoring her and takes off. So Bear meets with Sarah, and she's grilling him about the party and starts to low-key blame Nikki and says that she thinks Nikki is taking advantage of him. Then Sarah tells Bear that Ian and Nikki have been hooking up on and off for the last 2 years, and Ian thinks Nikki is doing this to get back at him. When she kind of reveals that she likes Bear, she brought a letter from the final school she applied to so they could open it up together. Then Nikki came and crashed through the window and continuously beat Sarah's head against the steering wheel until there was no more life left in her.
Oh my God.
Then Nikki rushes to Bear to comfort him. She's saying that they need each other. He just needs to help her hide the body. And he does, which is crazy. She reminds him that this is what he wished for. She tells him that she can handle it from there, and he rushed back to the crystal store to try to see what was up with the wish. So Sarah also got accepted into her final school, by the way. The store clerk ends up convincing him that maybe he can have someone make a wish that contradicts his wish, or he could kill himself. Either way works.
He says it so casually, too. Or you could kill yourself, or...
He buys more, and he rushes to Ian's house and confesses everything besides killing Sarah, and tries to get him to make that contradicting wish. Ian, being a prick, doesn't believe him and wished for $1 billion instead, and it came true. Bear rushes back home to find Sarah sprawled out on a chair and Nikki being Nikki. Thank you, Nikki. Bear and Nikki start to argue about their love for each other and the mutual reciprocity. Ian is banging at the door, asking Bear to let him in. Nikki pulls out a gun and threatens to shoot herself right in front of Bear. Then Ian overhears and barges through the front door, and Nikki shoots him right in the head. 10 points. Thank you, Nikki.
Ian, you sucked.
Literally. Bear locks himself in the bathroom and comes to the solution of ending his life to break the wish, aka get rid of his guilt. He swallows a whole bottle of sleeping pills and immediately regrets it. But before he could throw up the pills, he heard the one wish willow go off in the living room. He leaves the bathroom, and he and Nikki stare at each other like soulmates, locking each other's eyes for the first time. He goes to kiss her, and he overdoses. Nikki is panicking that her love just died in her arms, so she takes the gun and gets ready to kill herself. Just as she's about to pull the trigger, Bear's wish wore off, and she returns to her old self in complete terror, remembering everything that had happened.
Wow.
What do you think Nikki wished for, first off?
Oh, God. I mean, it had to be...
Do you think it was something as simple as Bear coming out of the bathroom, as Bear loving her back, loving her as much as... I think because she kept complaining about, like, mutual this and that, reciprocity, I think her wish was probably like, I wish Bear loved me as much as I do. And then Bear's wish was like, you know, more than anybody in the world. So it turned into like both crazy.
I think that's probably right. And that's why they have that moment at the end where for just like a second that love is mutual. Mm-hmm. But then, you know, the pills start. It makes me think of like, what if Nikki made that same wish like earlier on? Like, would they have just been together in their freaky little love story
then
forever?
It would have been a sequel where they're like a murder couple.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I feel like that's probably right. Is that she wished for him to love her as much as I don't think I love you as much as I do.
If you were Ian, would you have tried to make the contradictory wish?
My God. I mean, I feel like here's the thing. I try to act like I am open to like spiritual stuff and like, I'm, the supernatural, whatever. Like I would love something supernatural to happen to me. That would be so cool. But I do think that like if my friend came over and was like, you have to break this thing, I would definitely be skeptical. However, I think it just speaks to how shitty of a person Ian is to Bear, that like he sees Bear like freaking out. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to say it this way, and he just doesn't care.
No, literally, he's just, like, not a good friend.
That's kind of the moral of, just the men, they don't care, like, how things affect other things. I don't know.
Literally just themselves. Can we talk about the audacity of this man asking Nikki what's so bad about being with him?
Oh, my God. And trying to alter his wish.
Right, so I forgot about that. I forgot that he even, like, made a call, and Yeah,
like, he's not even trying to cancel his wish, he's trying to alter it.
Right, like, he still wants control over her, basically, but not her to be crazy. I'm assuming that's what he would, like, ask for.
It's just so fucking... Can't say fucking. It's so... I guess you can bleep it. It's so fucking hypocritical how he is watching people's lives be ruined, and he still is, like, doesn't care. That it's not even real.
Honestly, he just is glad his dingling is wet.
And saying, what's so bad about being with me? She's begging you to kill her.
Yeah, that's the actual Nikki that he's asking that, which is crazy. Like, you're dingling in.
Like, it just proves how much he doesn't care about who Nikki really is. And he just cares about what he wants her to be.
Right.
And he just lets that go to the absolute extreme before he even considers, like...
Right.
All the alternative.
Who do you feel bad for the most out of this whole friend group? Besides Nikki, obviously.
Oh my gosh. Sarah, of course. Well, I mean, I feel bad for, I guess, all of them.
I don't feel bad for Ian.
Ian and Bear are like...
I don't feel bad for
I was
Bear
just saying that because they died, unfortunately. But like, they kind of are both assholes, so that's fine.
Somebody
Sarah,
came up on $1 billion
for
in
Sarah,
this house.
Bro. She, I think, would be better for Bear, and every scene that they were in together felt genuine. Like, she's the first person that he talks to about his cat dying.
Yeah.
She's the first person that
she's the only one that heard him when they were doing that cheers in the beginning. They were cheersing, and then everyone they were all like, "Oh, what should we do it for?" And then he was all like, "To I think Sandy is the cat's name,
yeah,
to Sandy," and nobody heard him besides what's her face, and they all did it to something else.
Oh, I didn't see
and
that.
And yeah, Sarah was the one was like, so that's why Sarah was like, "So why Sandy?"
Oh,
and then that's when he was like, she just died.
Right, like it's just there are glimpses into what their lives could have been if he wasn't so greedy with Nikki. You know what I mean?
Real.
Like he's just doing this to benefit himself, and it's like so sad because they could have had, if I don't know if Ian and Nikki would get together. Nikki seems way too good for Ian,
but
Sarah's way too good for Bear if he can do something like
this.
That's
the thing with all hot girls. We just fucking love losers.
Right. Yeah. That's real.
Sorry, I'm going.
Sorry to any losers listening.
Literally, I'm going
you.
in on my love life people in this episode. My bad.
But yeah, justice for Sarah, and also her being stripped naked when it sounded like, because when Nikki says, "You can go, I'll take it from here," it sounds like she's going to take care of the body.
Right.
But then when he gets home,
she's
naked in the chair, and her head's all bashed in. Which, by the way, the eyeball, disgusting. The teeth. Oh my God, bro. Why did she strip her naked, I'm wondering? She took her clothes.
Well,
and she puts on the dress.
I don't know why she wanted to, but I think she was gonna kill Ian anyways because Ian, when Bear came to Ian's house, Ian told Bear, like as soon as Bear came inside, Ian was like, "What's going on? Why is Sarah texting me to come over to your house? Blah 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 blah." So she had Sarah's phone telling Ian to come over. So I think Ian was supposed to come in and see that.
Yeah. Oh, and so that's why. Oh, so maybe she was doing that to show Ian like what would happen to him if he tried to mess with them.
Or I think that she wanted to kill him already, so then she could have Bear to herself.
I mean, I feel like that makes sense. I'm just trying to think about why she put Sarah in that chair. And I mean, she took her clothes because she's wearing Sarah's dress.
Just to be crazy. Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's wearing that. She's wearing the dress,
that.
and she like has I think her necklace on.
Oh,
when she's saying,
tattoos?
"Why don't you love me?" and she like, but it's just like scribbled on tattoos, you know. So I think, I mean, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But then I'm wondering, why did she put her in that chair? That was so crazy to me.
I think she wanted a reminder.
Yeah, right?
Okay, so who do you relate to in the movie the most?
I think I relate to...
Me, shopkeeper number 2.
Not even Andy Richter, the other one.
You cannot come in here with all of that negative energy. I don't know what you got going on right here, but this needs to... You can't come in here with this negative energy into this space.
Oh my God, he was hilarious.
Or you could kill yourself.
Or you could just kill yourself, or you could... I think I relate to both of the main women in this movie. I mean, it's just a kind of universal female experience to feel like you're being manipulated. You're just like kind of constantly being manipulated by people, and it's hard by men, you know.
And it makes it not only the initial manipulation is started from the man, and so the man manipulates the woman, and so the woman starts doing like crazy stuff back in reaction to it, and then that makes it seem like to the outskirts of everybody that it's the woman that's the problem.
She's the crazy one.
So that's what it is like here.
Exactly, yeah. And it's just like I think it speaks to how like trapped a lot of women feel in their relationships and marriages because of manipulation, and how lost women can feel, and you know that how that attachment can be formed super easily. So I think I relate on that, but I think honestly, I guess that's probably just my overall answer. Yeah.
Period. Final question: what would you have wished for?
Ooh. I would wish for, I don't know, like I feel like you have to do like world peace, right? Our world right now. I don't know. That just feels so like right.
I'm
exactly.
Gonna be selfish.
If I was wishing for myself, then I would say get me to Steppenwolf, please. Or get me to, let me be a freaky Nikki in a horror movie.
Right. I think my wish would probably have to be, I mean, no one's really gonna like say this, I don't think, but like world peace. No, I'm just
no, because I was like trying to be woke, like
no, it's definitely I would say fortune for sure. I would go off and say $1 billion. Would I use all that money on myself? No, but I would definitely use that first year of like, let me get my house. Let me get this.
Let me milli.
Get that. Yeah,
right.
A couple milli. The first 100 milli, and then after that, then I'm gonna start like making little organizations and charities and whoop de whoop.
Right, like I feel like you have,
but you have to put the mask on yourself before you put it on your child.
Right, exactly. It's interesting because like. Yeah, a one wish Willow. Like he had anything in the world to wish for, and he wished to manipulate a woman.
Right, you can do that without the wish, but I'm just kidding.
It's insane, right? No, I mean, like, yeah, it's so sad. It's very sad. And then what's so bad about being with me, bro? I literally in the movie theater went, oh my God.
Yeah, the way basically everyone was like, ugh.
Yeah.
So everybody, that was Obsession 2026.
Woo, woo, woo.
If you have not seen it yet, go see it in theaters right now while it's still in theaters. I don't think it'll be there probably much longer. I would say maybe like 2 more weeks because there's a lot more scary movies coming out like Backrooms. The Corporate Retreat just came out. Passenger, Scary Movie 6, all that's coming out. So usually they cycle it out. So go see that while you have a chance because it is totally worth seeing that on the big screen.
Yes, absolutely. We saw it twice.
Literally. So we are at the part where we get to play one of my favorite games, Slash or Smash. The rules are are very simple. I will tell you an iconic horror character, and we will say whether we would slash or smash and why.
Perfect.
So we have up first, Bear. Are we slashing or smashing? The character, these aren't the actors.
You
these
know
are the
my
characters.
answer. You know my answer. Slash immediately. Fuck you, Bear. Truly.
So I would smash before he got his hands on the One Wish Willow. If I got my hands on a cute guy with dark hair that is just a simp for me,
bro.
oh my god, I would have my boot on his fucking throat and just take full.
No, I know. In the opening shot when he was like confessing his love or whatever, I was like
I'm gonna put you on a leash, my guy. Right?
Yeah, but I can't stick with him. I'm sorry, King.
Right.
But he is very hot.
But so I'll just leave it at that.
Like that scene where they were cooking pancakes together. I was like,
I know. I wish. Especially someone. Okay, let me stop. So next we have Nikki.
Smash.
Yeah.
Is she Freaky Nikki?
Both. I'm smashing both.
Yes, me too. Freaky Nikki can ruin my life. I don't care.
Right. I want someone to love me as much as she loves Bear.
Right. And
I'd
it
be
would
okay
be
with
mutual.
it. Yeah, it would be mutual. And then before she gets possessed, she's actually a cool chick.
Yeah,
she's a writer.
So cool.
I love writers. I write.
Right. Oh, that does remind me of like the car scene at the beginning in the car scene. How he says, he says it's a romance, and she goes, it's not a romance, it's a love story, and he goes, isn't that the same thing? And she gets
that's
kind
called
of annoyed.
Foreshadowing.
She gets kind of annoyed by that, but he doesn't really notice, and she says, you're the only person I can kind of talk to about this stuff. And to me, that kind of meant like, hey, you need to respect what I'm saying. You're the only person I can talk to about this stuff. It's a love story. It's not a romance.
But that line is literally foreshadowing for the whole movie. Because that's what they say. This is not a romance movie. This is like...
It's a love story. But then Bear goes, isn't that the same thing? And she says, you're the only person I can talk to about this stuff. And instead of listening to her and realizing what she's actually talking about, he smiles and is like, you too. Like he's just making it what he wants it to be. Yeah. I thought that was really good writing.
Men don't listen, they hear.
Yes, they just hear what they want to hear.
Yep, smash. Next up, we have Ian. Ian, he is a prick. He is a douche. He probably has like a lot of alcohol. He looks like he's a jerk to everyone, and for that reason, I'm gonna have to say smash.
He reminds me of the blonde guy from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
That's valid.
Andy Samberg.
Andy Samberg, yeah.
And so I will have to unfortunately pass. I mean, both of the male actors, like, yeah, but the characters,
Yeah. Sadly, I would. Ian, call me. Next up, we have Sarah.
Smash. Smash. Smash, call me.
Yeah, honestly.
If you're listening to this, Sarah.
She looks like Vanessa Hudgens and like somebody else had a baby. I can't put my name on it right now.
Platform boots.
Like Vanessa Hudgens and Victoria Justice had like a baby that has some sort of like je ne sais quoi about her.
The X Factor.
Yeah. Smash for me too. Last up on the list, this is going to be the director himself, Curie Barker. Do you know what he looks like?
I do. And I do love the fact that he voices the guy on the phone. Did you know that? The guy that when he calls.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I know. That's a little Easter egg. Love him.
Right.
Love his mind. So for that, I'm going to say smash.
Yeah, I would also smash. And
he also seems kind of sexy. I don't know.
He is now newly millionaire.
Right. And like, I don't know how I feel about blonde men, but...
I like his glasses games. He has a good glasses game.
And like if I was seeing him work on set, bro, I would immediately, yeah.
You said you want me to do what?
Right, like
it'll be a smash for me as well.
Yes.
Alrighty, everybody, that was slash or smash. We have almost dug a hole big enough to fit this topic into, but before we go, this is part of the show where we answer chilling inquiries from our crypt keepers. Today's question comes from the scariest place on earth, the Instagram DMs. All right, first up, we have someone saying, which would you prefer being, boiled alive or skinned alive?
Why would you even ask me that? I'm going to say boiled because I feel like the heat would get to me quicker than the bleeding out.
If you're
depending on where you started with the razor.
Fun fact.
No.
If you're skinned alive, you will die from hypothermia before you will die of blood loss.
Oh, but I still feel like you're feeling a lot of pain.
Oh, definitely. That. Oh, no, definitely.
So I feel like
you're gonna die of
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go boiled though.
Boiled?
Because I think I would pass out immediately.
I think you would. Like when you boil lobsters and crabs and stuff, like they scream for like 30 seconds and that's it. Ooh, that's excruciating
so
30 seconds. Oh, it is. It really
Jesus.
is. They literally scream. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like both. That's kind of a lose-lose. So I'll just sure, boiled.
All right, next one. Would you rather be murdered by Ted Bundy, Ed Gein, or John Wayne Gacy?
Oh my God. John Wayne Gacy is a definite no.
The clown?
I'm going to say Bundy because he was kind of sexy and Zac Efron was hot in the movie of him. Did you see that one?
I did.
He was, yeah. I mean, obviously, that's worst case scenario, but...
Right. If you're going to kill me, you might as well... And I'm just kidding.
Might as well be Bundy.
I'm actually going to say Gacy because I feel like that's like more chic. Like to be killed by a
What?
clown. Yeah.
No, that's
clown
like...
core. Yeah.
That's like...
I'd be like... Dee, 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 pop, pop.
Ew, that's creepy. That's like Terrifier.
Last one. Not sure if you heard about it. How do you feel about the new horror Clayface movie coming out?
That's on my watch list. I want to see it.
Is it?
We saw the poster for it at the movie theater.
But we didn't
see the trailer.
I don't think we saw the trailer either.
But I want to see that. Almost all the horrors that are coming out, I want to see. I don't really...
I could agree.
Care for Insidious or Scary Movie, but the other ones I probably will see.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm sat for Scary Movie. Clayface, I'm super excited to see that movie. We'll see if it's good or not. You know.
Yeah, is there anybody good in it?
I don't know.
But any good actors? I'm gonna look it up while you're doing your spiel.
No worries. Alrighty, you guys. Thank you so much for writing in. I'm gonna post another poll on Friday. I'll probably do it Thursday night. So I could get questions for the next episode. Yeah. I'd like to thank my guest, Sydney, for hanging out today. I like Sydney Prescott. That's so many syllables.
Sydney Prescott.
So many
syllables. I like kind of like to believe that my parents subconsciously named me after Sydney Prescott because that movie had like just come out. Right. I know maybe that should just be what I tell people.
Did you guys know that Sydney was named after Sydney Prescott?
I was from Scream, y'all.
So, Spooky Sydney, do you have anything to plug, like an Instagram?
Sure, feel free to follow me at my Instagram, Sydney Horsman, no E in my last name, common mistake.
I will have her tagged in the Instagram post as well. So, for real, go ahead and follow my Instagram. It's at She's in the Crypt, so you can see everything up to date with the Crypt collections. But before we go, I have a little announcement / project for us to do this Pride season, if you will. So the Trevor Project is having a 55-mile Pride Ride fundraiser. I signed up the She's in the Crypt podcast to make a donation of $200. So my goal is to match whatever is donated up to $100. So if there's only $100 of donations, I will match the other $100 to make it a total of $200. However, if the $200 goal is met, I will still put up an additional $100 to make it a grand total of $300. So you can donate as little as $1 if you want to cover the fees associated with that donation. It'll be a total of $1.34. It's the Trevor Project's way of celebrating 55 years of Pride. Your donations will help support the 24/7 crisis hotline, advocacy, peer support, public education, and research programs. So you can find the link not only to the bio of this video or audio, you can find it in the link to my Instagram. You will find it in the link to my Instagram post of this. And you will be seeing it all throughout June until we meet that goal. I'm really excited, you guys. I know we can do this. Like I said, it literally is only $1. Y'all got $1. I know you got $1. Can I have $1? Thank you so much.
Can I get $1?
All right, so I'd like to thank UIC Radio for publishing this podcast, but most importantly, I'd like to thank you, the Crypt Keepers. Thank you for digging this grave with me today. But unfortunately, the graveyard is closed. So until next time, we'll leave this episode in the crypt. Farewell and Bad dreams.
Woo!
Make sure to follow the podcast on Instagram at She's in the Crypt for updates about shows and upcoming guests. Follow UIC Radio at UIC Radio on Insta and subscribe to the UIC Radio YouTube channel so you won't miss a single episode every Friday. You can also check out the other shows on the network. This podcast was created, written, and edited by Niomi Dylan Sass.
Hey!
And published by UIC Radio. Music by Arthur Benson, The Friendly Ghost, and sound effects from epidemicsounds.com. If you can't get enough of She's in the Crypt, you can check out my weekly blog, Crypt Collections, every Saturday morning on the website uicradio.net and find me in the blog section.